earlier in the year, Wheeltop released this, the first ever 13-speed, fully wireless electric group set from China. And my little channel was one of the first in the world to be sent one to both try out and review. And now, 7 months later, and they've released this, the first ever 14-speed, fully wireless gravel group set. And what's it like? Well, stick around, we'll open the box and find out. First of all, I must apologise for the noise of the rain on my metal workshop roof here in the UK. Autumn's round the corner. Yeah, it's raining. I've put the low pass filter on the mic and the windshield, but I can see on the monitor, you can hear this rain, but there's not a lot I can do about it. Apologies. Right, let's crack on. First of all, for those of you who don't know, who is Wheeltop? They were founded in the 50s and they've spent the last 70 years producing OEM bicycle components. They were the first Chinese manufacturer to produce a 13-speed fully wireless group set, and now they've produced this. The official release date for this group set is the 8th of October, a few weeks from now, but I've managed to lay my hands on one to share with you guys. Now, up until this point, Wheeltop has been very tight-lipped about their new group set. I've only given glimpses of it through social media. So I know very little about the contents of this box, and my online research hasn't been that helpful either. Right, let's crack it open. Now, this box literally landed on the workshop doorstep 45 minutes ago, and what I would normally do is I would then do a load of research and prep and write a script and do a detailed video on it. But I know you guys are really keen to see this new group set, so I thought instead I would literally just wing the video and crack the box open and show you guys what's in it. Right, let's take a look. It's actually a headlamp for my van. Just kidding. Right, so let's have a look what we've got. Interestingly, that looks to be like a bleed kit. Looks like a funnel and a syringe. It's nice to see. EDS discs, that will be the new calipers. I know a little bit about those, but not a lot. That is going to be interesting. And the group set itself. Get rid of that. There we go. Right, let's get these open and take a look. Now, group sets in this format are what is known as small group sets, where you get the derailleurs, the shifters, and the brakes, but you don't get things like the chain set, the cassette, the rotors, and all those other little bits. So a group set like this is ideal for somebody who's looking to upgrade an existing bike. Right, now let's get the boxes open. Okay, so first of all, let's take a look at a shifter. That shifter I know very well. That's an EDS TX road shifter. So basically, it's exactly the same as the road shifter, apart from the paddle, instead of being carbon fibre, is an alloy. But, like the TX, feels very good in the hand. Buttons give a good positive click. One of the big complaints with the road shifter was how hard the hood rubber was. If I'm honest, it feels very similar. That port there, that's where you take the 2032 battery in and out of. But yes, that feels as hard. Notice at the back there, if we can pick that up on camera, put it on this camera here, there is a reach adjuster. Let's take a quick look at the other shifter. Ah, interesting. It's a 1 by Groupset, but yet there's a button on the left shifter. This confirms the suspicions that there will be an option for a 2 by on this Groupset. And one of the other interesting points on this Groupset is that Wheeltop is taken the very unusual decision of offering this gravel Groupset with rim brake. Seems a bit of a strange thing to do, to be honest. It's a bit like putting an ashtray on the wing of an aeroplane, but you know. But that the use of the road levers will go some way to explaining why they've done that. Okay, so now let's take a look at that derailleur. First impressions, this is a very chunky piece of equipment, clearly a gravel specific product. This derailleur is customizable from as little as a 3-speed right up to a 14-speed cassette. Can you even buy a 14-speed cassette nowadays? The 75mm version can handle up to a 45 tooth cassette, whereas this one with its 95mm cage can handle up to a massive 51 tooth cassette. So it seems that unlike its road going cousin, this version is made up all of alloy, whereas the road version enjoys a little bit of carbon fibre bling in these areas here. Like the road version, the battery is integral and is charged via that magnetic charge port just there. I've done a little bit of research into this derailleur, and what I've managed to find out is it will support up to 20,000 shifts between charges of that battery, and has a lifespan of 800 charge cycles. Like other modern derailleurs, it has a waterproof rating of IP67, which I will be testing like I did the previous one. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the accessories. I should imagine this is just USB charge cables, a USB charge cable. So it uses exactly the same system as the road going version with a magnetic port here. Let's see if that magnetic port is any more magnetic than the previous one. It does seem to be. It's clearly snapping on. That is an improvement. Look at that. Looks like they made the magnets bigger, possibly stronger on that. Definitely an improvement. That's good. I had this with the previous one. It's a little USB to a standard USB to a USB charge adapter, which came in very handy for something completely different. Now this derailleur is one thing I've managed to get a little bit of basic information on. It seems like there's going to be two variants, quoted as a machine variant and an electron variant. However, that was on a German document. I suspect it's something to do with the clutch versions. I'll do some digging on that and see what I can find out. They have said that there's going to be a press release on this Groupset. I've asked for it, and I asked for it to be provided before this video, and they weren't able to provide it before. So as I was saying, they're keeping their cards very, very close to their chest at the moment, and I know very little about this Groupset. Unboxing it now has taught me pretty much everything I now know about it. Okay, so let's put this part of the Groupset away, and now let's take a look at the brakes. So the first thing you notice about the brakes straight away is the design. They are much improved. Although the Road TX brakes worked absolutely fine, they did have a bit of a bizarre look about them. Sort of the love child of a golf ball and Elon Musk's Cybertruck. Most bizarre looking things. This is a lot slicker and looks a lot more like the design that you see on, the other leading manufacturers, shall we say. Now looking at that brake pad there, that does look to me like that will be a standard Shimano pad. Let's take a look at the other one. I would expect it to be exactly the same design. Genius. So there we go, that's the other caliper. Let's bring that up a little closer to the cameras for you. They seem to be steaming up a little bit. Apologies for that, they've been in transit all night. Let's have a quick look at what this actually is. I'm pretty sure we can all confirm what this is, but let's have a quick look anyway. syringe, bleed block, bleed funnel, little adapter that goes on there like that, and I suspect the bleed port, looking at these calipers, is in the top here, just there, look. Almost forgot the accessories box. This is the accessories box for the brakes. Mounting bolts, more mounting bolts, some stuff for the hoses, and some mounting plates for the calipers in various size formats. Show those to the cameras. Get your pinkies out of the way, John. You just put them in my hand like that so it focuses the camera. There you go. At last, the rain has stopped. So there you go. There is my first look, albeit a little bit disorganised. Apologies for that. My first look at the all-new 14-speed, fully wireless gravel group set from Wheeltop. So, what are my plans? What am I going to do with it? Well, it makes some very bold claims. As I say, 14 speed. It claims it can handle up to a 51 tooth cassette, IP67 waterproof rating, and these completely redesigned brakes from Wheeltop are using carbon ceramic pads. So I'm going to be putting the bold claims that this group set is making to the test by converting my gravel bike, which is currently running 2x, and converting it to 1x. And that conversion will involve converting its standard Shimano 105 2x chain set to a 1x, and I'll be showing you how I do that. Now, as you can't actually get a 14-speed cassette yet, and I'm not very good at time travel, I'm going to be using a 13-speed cassette from ZTTO, and that cassette is going to be a massive 50 teeth. Now let me put that cassette size into some perspective for you. This is a 30 tooth cassette, okay? And this one is a gravel 52 tooth cassette. But the cassette I'm going to be using is this from ZTTO, a massive 50 tooth cassette. How ridiculous does that thing look on a delicate road wheel? Oh, and I know how cross you'd all be if I did this video and didn't give the electric shifting a quick check. So I've synced them up. When you know how, it takes no time at all. I'll show you in my next video. And let's give it a test. Can't really get the angle of it, you see. It needs to be on a bike really, but I think the batteries are a bit low. I only charged it for about a minute. So there you go, a very quick test. Will all these plans go horribly wrong? Will I actually be able to convert a Shimano 105 chain set to 1x? And will I actually be able to get this group set to work with a 50 tooth cassette? Well, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and you'll be one of the first to find out. Thanks for watching.